Dear soul, I am so happy that you are here. It is no coincidence that you found this message today, because what I have to tell you can change everything. Listen carefully, because every word is meant for you, and if you miss even a single part, you could overlook something crucial that the heavens are revealing. The angels are speaking to you now because something unexpected has happened. Your soulmate chose another path, and I know how those words may feel right now. A wave of uncertainty, confusion, maybe even pain. But before you let those emotions take over, you need to understand something important. Not everything is as it seems. The angels were there when this choice was made. They witnessed it, and they want you to know the truth. Because what you think is the end may actually be the beginning of something far greater than you can imagine. You must hear this message all the way through. If you don't, you might miss the most important part, one that could change your entire perspective. There are hidden answers, divine signs, and revelations that have already begun unfolding around you. You just need to recognize them. Now, I ask you, if your heart is open, if you are ready to receive what the angels are about to reveal, write in the comments, "I receive this message." By doing this, you are showing the universe that you are prepared to hear what is meant for you. I know you have questions. I know you need clarity. And in just a moment, I will begin to reveal what truly happened and why your soulmate made this choice. But before that, there is something even more important that you need to hear. And once you do, everything will start to make sense. Stay with me, dear soul. What comes next will change everything. Dear soul, now that you have opened your heart to this message, it is time to reveal what truly happened. The moment your soulmate chose another path was not random, nor was it without meaning. The angels were there. They saw it unfold, and they understand something that you don't see yet. Right now, you might feel like this decision has distanced you both, like the connection that once felt so powerful is now slipping through your fingers. But listen carefully, because this is important. This choice was not the end. Even if it seems like everything has changed, the story is still unfolding. The threads of fate are still weaving together, and the angels want you to see the bigger picture. There was a reason behind this decision, one that was influenced by deeper forces, unseen emotions, and perhaps even divine intervention. But before you assume the worst, know this: not all separations mean goodbye. Sometimes, distance is a necessary chapter in the journey of love. Sometimes the soul needs to walk alone for a while before it can return to what was always meant to be. The moment your soulmate chose another path, there was a shift in the energy between you. It may have felt sudden, unexpected, or even painful. But in reality, this shift has been in motion for a long time. There were moments, signs, and unspoken emotions leading up to it. Think back. Perhaps you sensed something changing, but you didn't fully understand it at the time. Maybe there were words left unsaid, a feeling you couldn't quite explain, or a hesitation in the air that you dismissed as nothing. But it was never nothing. Every moment, every interaction, every choice was guiding this connection toward this exact point. And now, you are standing at the crossroads, trying to understand what happens next. But let me tell you something important. Just because a path has shifted doesn't mean it has disappeared. The angels want you to know that this moment was not meant to break you. It was meant to awaken something within you. It was meant to stir your soul, to make you ask questions, to push you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and of this connection. And yes, right now, it may feel like a loss. It may feel like something precious has been taken away. But what if, instead of an ending, this is the beginning of something greater? Your soulmate's choice was influenced by many things: fears, doubts, circumstances, perhaps even external pressures that you aren't aware of. But here's something crucial that the angels need you to understand. Love does not disappear. True connection does not simply fade away. If this bond is real, and the angels see that it is, then no decision made in a fleeting moment can erase what exists between you. But you must ask yourself, are you willing to trust that the universe is still working in your favor? Are you willing to believe that even when things seem uncertain, there is a higher wisdom guiding it all? Because here is something the angels need you to hear. This separation may not be what it seems. What if, instead of being a permanent distance, it is actually a test of faith, of patience, of divine timing? Sometimes, souls must experience challenges, in order to understand the depth of their connection. Sometimes, it is only when something feels lost that its true value is realized. You may be wondering, if your soulmate truly cares, why did they make this choice? Why would they walk away, knowing the connection you share? These are important questions, and the angels have answers. But before I reveal them, you need to understand something vital. The universe is always guiding you, even when the path seems unclear. Even when it feels like things are falling apart, they may actually be falling into place. Right now, there is something happening behind the scenes that you cannot see. There are forces at work, energy shifting, and lessons unfolding that are essential to the growth of this connection. And if you can trust in this process, if you can remain open and willing to receive what the universe is preparing, you will begin to see the signs. Signs that your soulmate has not forgotten you. Signs that their heart is still connected to yours, even if their actions suggest otherwise. But these signs can be subtle. They can come in ways you least expect. And if you are not paying attention, you might miss them. That is why it is so important that you stay present, that you remain aware, that you do not let doubt cloud your vision. The angels are already sending you messages. Have you noticed them? Have you felt those moments of intuition? Those sudden thoughts that remind you of them? Those unexplainable synchronicities? You see, dear soul, when a connection is truly meant to be, the universe will find a way to realign it. Even when things seem to go off course, even when choices are made that feel like setbacks, there is always a higher plan unfolding, and you are a part of that plan. So listen to me carefully. This is not over. What happened may feel final, but the angels know something you don't. And in the next part of this message, I am going to reveal it to you, because there is something hidden within this situation, something that will change the way you see everything. Stay with me, dear soul. The truth is about to be revealed. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel, and if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now, let's move on to what matters most. Dear soul, now that you understand the moment of choice and how it unfolded, it is time to reveal something even more important. What you think you know about this situation is only part of the truth. There is something deeper happening beneath the surface, and the angels need you to see beyond appearances. Right now, it may seem like your soulmate has moved on, like they have turned away from the connection you shared. It may feel like the love that once existed is no longer there, like the bond has been broken. But listen carefully, because the angels want you to understand this. Things are not always as they seem. The human heart is complex. It is filled with fears, uncertainties, and silent struggles that are not always visible. Just because someone chooses a different path does not mean they no longer feel the pull of destiny. Just because their actions suggest distance does not mean their heart is free from this connection. There is something your soulmate is not saying, something they have kept hidden, even from themselves. The angels have seen it. They know that deep inside, this person is still carrying emotions they have not been able to let go of. But why then did they make this choice? Why did they walk away? The truth is, sometimes people choose what feels easier rather than what feels right. Sometimes, the path of least resistance seems safer than the path of true love. And sometimes, fear speaks louder than the heart's true desires. Your soulmate may have chosen another path not because they wanted to, but because they felt they had to. Maybe they were afraid of the depth of this connection. Maybe they were influenced by external circumstances, family, expectations, personal fears. Maybe they convinced themselves that walking away was the logical thing to do. But the angels have seen what is inside their heart. They are not at peace. No matter what their actions may suggest, there is a part of them that still feels the pull of this connection. A part of them that wonders if they made the right decision. A part of them that still dreams of you, still thinks of you in moments of silence, still feels the energy that ties you together. And here is where the angels need you to shift your perspective. What if this separation is not a punishment, but a lesson? What if this choice had to happen so that something greater could be revealed? Right now, it may feel like everything has unraveled, like what was once certain has become uncertain. But sometimes, The universe allows distance so that clarity can emerge. Sometimes, love must be tested to prove its strength. Your soulmate is on a journey, one that they may not even fully understand yet. And while it may seem like they have moved on, the angels want you to know there is unfinished energy between you. The story is still unfolding. Think of it like the ocean's tide. The waves pull away, but they always return to the shore. What is truly meant for you will always find its way back. But there is something else you need to understand. Just because your soulmate still feels this connection does not mean they are ready to embrace it. The human soul often wrestles with doubt, with fear, with the unknown. And sometimes, it takes time for clarity to arrive. Right now, your soulmate may not even fully realize the depth of what they feel. They may be suppressing emotions, trying to convince themselves that they made the right choice. But the heart always speaks the truth, even when the mind tries to silence it. And that is why you must be patient. You must not let doubt take over, because the angels are still working, still guiding this connection. And if you remain open, if you keep your energy aligned, you will start to see the signs. Because the truth is, your soulmate has already started to receive signs of their own. The universe does not allow true connections to simply disappear. There are whispers in their heart, moments of longing they cannot explain, reminders that bring them back to you. You may not see it happening, but the angels do. And very soon, something will shift. Your soulmate will begin to feel the weight of their choice in a new way. They will start to question. They will start to wonder. And when that happens, the energy will begin to shift once more. This is why you must not lose faith now. This is why you must keep listening, keep trusting, because there is more that you need to know. Something bigger is coming, something that will change everything. Stay with me, dear soul, because what I am about to reveal will show you exactly how this story is still being written. Dear soul, now that you understand that not everything is as it seems, it is time for you to recognize what has already begun. The universe is speaking. The signs are already appearing. But are you seeing them? Are you paying attention? Because if you are not careful, you might overlook the very proof that your soulmate is still connected to you. The angels want you to know something very important. When a connection is real, it does not simply vanish. Even when choices are made, even when paths seem to diverge, the energetic bond between two souls remains. It continues to communicate in subtle ways, through whispers, through synchronicities, through moments that feel like more than coincidence. Have you felt it? Maybe it was a sudden thought of them that came out of nowhere, so vivid, so intense, that it felt like they were standing right next to you. Maybe it was a dream, one that felt so real, so filled with emotion, that you woke up feeling their presence. Maybe it was a song, playing in a random place, carrying words that seemed to speak directly to your heart. Or maybe it was something even more profound, a message, a repeated number, a name you keep hearing over and over again, as if the universe is trying to remind you of something. These are not coincidences. These are signs. Your soulmate is still connected to you, whether they realize it or not. And what you need to understand is this: just as you are receiving these signs, so are they. They may not talk about it. They may not even fully understand what is happening. But deep inside, they are feeling it. The angels have been sending messages to them. In moments of silence, when they least expect it, thoughts of you arise. In dreams, in memories, in unexpected encounters, the past is revisiting them in ways they cannot explain. And no matter how much they try to suppress it, the energy is still there. But here is where you need to be careful. Not all signs are meant to be acted on immediately. Some are meant to reassure you, to show you that this story is still unfolding. Others are meant to guide you, to prepare you for what is coming next. And then, there are the signs that are meant to test you, because the universe does not just bring love back into alignment. It tests whether you are truly ready for it. It asks you to trust, to surrender, to believe in the unseen. And that is why patience is so important. That is why you must not let doubt interfere. Right now, your soulmate may be experiencing a silent awakening. They may not be ready to act yet, but they are feeling something shift. Their heart is beginning to remember what their mind tried to forget. And as this awakening deepens, their soul will start looking for you in ways even they do not fully understand. That is why you must remain open. That is why you must not block the energy with fear, anger, or impatience. Because something is happening beneath the surface, and the signs are only the beginning. Pay attention to what the universe is showing you. Trust that these signs are preparing you for something greater. And know this, the more aligned you are, the stronger these signs will become. Because soon, your soulmate will not only see the signs, they will start to understand them. And when that happens, everything will begin to change. Stay with me, dear soul. Because what comes next will reveal something even more important. Something that will help you understand why this connection is far from over. Dear soul, now that you have begun to see the signs, it is time to understand something even greater. The truth about this connection is deeper than you realize. This is not just any bond. This is not a passing love or a fleeting emotion. The connection you share with your soulmate is something ancient, something written long before you even arrived in this lifetime. And that is why, no matter what choices have been made, no matter what obstacles have appeared, the energy between you still exists. Because true connections are unbreakable. You have felt it, haven't you? The way their presence lingers even when they are not near. The way their absence still carries weight in your heart. It is because this is not just about love. It is about purpose. The two of you were brought together for a reason. And even though the path may have shifted, that reason has not disappeared. There is something unfinished between you. There is something that still needs to be understood. Something that still needs to unfold. And the angels want you to know that this connection has always been part of a larger divine plan. But here is where you must listen carefully. Because this truth is not just about them. It is also about you. Sometimes, a soulmate enters our lives to awaken us, to teach us, to show us parts of ourselves that we could not see before. And sometimes the separation is necessary for that awakening to happen. Because if this connection had continued exactly as it was before, would either of you have truly grown? The angels want you to reflect on this. What has this connection already taught you? What emotions has it stirred within you? What have you discovered about yourself in this process? Because before this love can fully align, before this story can reach its destined conclusion, something must shift within you as well. And that is why the universe has placed you in this moment, to give you time to see the bigger picture. Right now, your soulmate may not fully understand what this connection means. They may be running from it. They may be distracted by the world, by expectations, by fear. But their soul knows the truth. And just as you are beginning to awaken to this deeper understanding, so will they. The question is, will you be ready when that moment comes? Because, dear soul, this journey is not only about waiting for them to realize what they feel. It is about preparing yourself. It is about standing in your power. It is about trusting that when the time is right, nothing will be able to keep this connection apart. That is why you must remain open. That is why you must not allow fear to take control. Because what the angels see is something you may not yet recognize. This love is still unfolding, and the choices being made now are all part of a greater plan. But before I tell you what is coming next, before I reveal how this connection can realign, there is something even more important you need to know. Because there is still hope, and the angels want to show you exactly why. Stay with me, dear soul, because the next part of this message will change everything. Dear soul, now that you understand the deeper truth about this connection, you are left with the question that has been weighing on your heart. Is there still hope? The angels want you to listen carefully to what they are about to reveal, because what you believe right now, what you choose to hold on to in this moment, has the power to shape everything that comes next. Hope is not just a feeling. It is not just a wish upon the wind. Hope is energy. And that energy is what keeps the threads of fate weaving in the direction they were always meant to go. If you allow doubt to take over, if you convince yourself that this connection is lost forever, you risk closing the very doors that the universe is trying to open. But the angels want you to know this. Your soulmate has not let go. Even if they have chosen another path, even if they appear distant, even if they have convinced themselves that this is what they need, deep inside, their heart still remembers. Because true love does not simply disappear. If this connection is real, and the angels see that it is, then nothing can truly separate what was meant to find its way back together. Not time, not distance, not even choices made in moments of doubt. Right now, your soulmate is on their own journey. They are learning, growing, and being guided in ways you cannot yet see. And while it may feel like they are moving further away, What if I told you that this distance is actually bringing them closer to realizing the truth, because something is happening within them, even if they do not fully understand it yet? The universe is working on their heart, showing them signs, whispering reminders, bringing them moments of longing that they cannot ignore. You see, dear soul, love has a way of calling us back to what is true. And even if your soulmate has tried to silence that call, the energy of this connection still exists. It is still alive. It is still breathing beneath the surface of their soul. But here is where you must be strong. Because hope is not about waiting. It is about trusting. Trusting that the universe has not made a mistake. Trusting that the love you feel is real. Trusting that what is meant for you will never be lost. That does not mean you should cling to the past. That does not mean you should hold on to pain or force something before it is ready. It means surrendering to the journey. It means understanding that sometimes love needs time to mature, because what the angels see is something you may not yet realize. This connection is still unfolding, and if you can hold on to faith, if you can trust the process, you will begin to see the signs growing stronger. Your soulmate is not as far as you think. Their heart has not truly closed, and if you allow yourself to remain open, if you continue walking forward with hope instead of fear, you will be ready when the moment of realignment arrives. Because, dear soul, that moment is closer than you realize. And in the next part of this message, I will reveal what you must do to prepare for what is coming next. Stay with me, because the next step will determine everything. Dear soul, now that you understand that there is still hope, now that you see how this connection is still alive beneath the surface, you must know that hope alone is not enough. You have a role to play. There is something you must do. Because fate does not work alone. The universe does not simply bring things to us while we stand still. It requires alignment. It requires action. It requires trust. And that is why the angels are guiding you now, to prepare you for what comes next. The first thing you need to understand is this. This is not a waiting game. You are not meant to sit in silence, trapped in longing, hoping for your soulmate to suddenly appear at your door. That is not how divine connections work. Energy must move. Growth must happen. And the only way this love can realign is if you do what you were always meant to do. Step fully into your own power. Because here is the truth that many do not realize. When you grow, when you rise, when you align with your highest self, your soulmate feels it too. They may not understand why. They may not even be able to put it into words. But they will feel the shift. Because the energy between you is shared. You are connected. So, dear soul, if you want to see this love come back into alignment, if you want to create the space for your soulmate to recognize what they truly feel, then you must focus on yourself first. Ask yourself, are you living fully in your own purpose? Are you nurturing your soul, your growth, your own journey? Are you releasing fear, attachment, and doubt, allowing yourself to trust in divine timing? Because if you are holding on to pain, if you are living in longing instead of in trust, then you are keeping your energy tied to the past instead of allowing it to move forward. And love, real love, needs movement. It needs expansion. Your soulmate's journey is their own, and you cannot control it. But what you can control is your own energy, your own healing, your own transformation. And as you step into your highest self, as you embrace the path that was meant for you, something will begin to shift. Because the truth is, your soulmate needs to see you standing in your light. They need to feel your energy rising. They need to recognize what they have been blind to all along. And the more you focus on your own journey, the more undeniable this connection will become. So do not wait. Do not let fear keep you frozen in place. Rise. Step forward. Trust that what is meant for you will always find its way. And here is something the angels want you to know. The universe is already preparing the next chapter. Something is coming. A moment of clarity. A moment of recognition. And if you have done the work, if you have allowed yourself to align with the energy of love instead of fear, you will be ready when that moment arrives. Because, dear soul, the story is not over. And in the final part of this message, I will reveal the last thing you must know, the truth about where this journey is leading you. Stay with me, because the ending may not be what you expect. Dear soul, now you understand that this journey was never about waiting. It was about becoming. You were never meant to chase. to grasp, to beg for love that is already destined for you. Instead, you were meant to rise, to evolve, to step into the highest version of yourself. And when you do, the universe begins to realign everything in your favor. But now, you are left with the final question. Where is this story leading? What will happen next? Will this love find its way back? The angels want you to understand something very important. The destiny of this story is still being written. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is lost. The choices made, the paths taken, the moments of separation, they are all part of a greater plan, one that is still unfolding. And while it may seem like things are out of your control, the truth is, the energy of love is always in motion. It is always seeking balance, always finding its way back to where it was meant to be. Right now, your soulmate is on their own path, learning their own lessons, walking through their own awakening. And so are you. Every step you take toward healing, toward trust, toward faith, is a step that brings this connection into alignment. Because love, true love, requires two souls to be ready. And that is why this time apart has not been wasted. It has not been meaningless. It has been preparing both of you for what is to come. But here is something the angels need you to hear. No matter what happens next, you are not losing anything. Because if this love is truly meant for you, and the angels see that it is, then no force in this world can truly keep it apart. Even if your soulmate has taken another path, even if they have tried to convince themselves that this chapter is closed, the universe knows how to bring back what belongs together. But it will not happen through fear. It will not happen through desperation. It will not happen through clinging to the past. It will happen through faith, through trust, through allowing yourself to fully embrace your own journey, knowing that whatever is meant for you will never miss you. So, dear soul, release the need for control. Release the fear of losing. Because love is not something you need to hold on to. It is something that will always return when the time is right. Your soulmate is already feeling the pull. They may not fully understand it yet, but the energy between you is shifting. And when the moment is right, the universe will create the perfect opportunity for your paths to cross again. Until then, live, grow, expand. Be the person you were always meant to be. Because the more you align with your highest self, the more effortlessly love will find its way back to you. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith. This is not the end of the story. This is only the beginning. And the angels are guiding you every step of the way.